to Thousands of Roots. Today's video is a little bit outside of my comfort zone. We were a little short on time for producing a video this week, so it's kind of last minute. And Kip had to go to work today, so that left filming to me. So I asked him before he left for work, hey, do you have any ideas for a video for me? And so he thought about it for a little while, and then he came back and said, how about top 5 worst things about off-grid living? Okay. So I asked him, what are your top 5? And he rattled them off to me, and I made a quick list. And so here goes. This video is not going to be the typical encouraging, positive video that I like to make, but nonetheless it is reality. So here we go. Hopefully those who are on grid will have something to be thankful for today from watching this video. Those who are off grid will probably relate, and then those who are considering going off grid, hopefully you'll have a few more things to think about before diving in. So number one worst thing about being off grid is that we have to watch our power usage. And it may not seem like a big deal, but when you're not in the habit of doing it, it can be challenging to remember every day, sometimes multiple times a day, especially in the winter. We have to check our power. Thankfully, we have a nice little indoor readout that helps make it super easy to check. But if we forget, it's not good. That can really be bad on our batteries. So we've had to make a habit of checking our power and making sure it's not getting too low. Number 2 relates to that. If the power does get too low, we have to gas up and get the generator going. Usually the boys end up doing it, and it's not their favorite task. So Joshy, how well do you like starting up that generator when the power gets low?
I don't necessarily like it, but it's not that bad. It's pretty easy to start up.
Cool. And you usually get help from your brothers, huh?
Yep.
Like, Nady, what do you think? How do you like the starting of the generator?
For the most part, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. I think Caleb's the one that likes it the least, huh?
Yeah.
He doesn't like the gas smell on his hands. And I don't like the gas smell either.
Well, I don't either, but yeah.
It's smelly, it's loud. So we really appreciate our generator that we have. It works great. We're thankful for it. But it's no fun to have to use a generator. And it involves more than just getting the generator going. We also have to switch the outlets for our freezer, get that going to the generator, and then plug the house power into the generator so the generator can get our batteries up to where they need to be. Number 3. What's number 3, Biddle? Do you know what number 3 is?
Yeah. Not enough power.
Yeah, we have a pretty small system, so we don't have enough power for all the things that we were used to having before we went off grid. So we don't have enough power with our solar system that we have for our power tools. We have to use a generator for those. Anything with heating elements, we don't have enough power for those. So some examples are like a dryer. We do have a washer now, which is wonderful, but I have to be careful when I use that. So doing laundry is not whenever I want. It's got to be when I can, when there's enough power. We don't have power for things like a dehydrator, which also takes heat. Hair dryer I never used, so that doesn't bother me. But anyway, there's things that we have used in the past that we no longer use because we just don't have enough power. I think that probably the biggest thing is not having an HVAC system. That helps to regulate the humidity in the home. So our air conditioning is our windows and a few small fans, and so our indoor humidity is basically the same as our outdoor humidity, which is very high this time of year and throughout the summer. So we deal with things like mildew, and thankfully no bad molds, but still lots of mildew that we have to deal with inside the house. And we're working on ways to mitigate that and to help lessen that, but it's a process. All right, number 4. This is a big one for me. We don't have a hot water heater. We do have a system, a solar hot water system that works maybe 30 to 40% of the year, and there's no power involved. It's all gravity and thermosiphon based, and so when it works, it's wonderful, and we have hot water from our tap. But the rest of the year when it doesn't work, we're doing a lot of heating pots and dumping, having to haul hot water in pots. So we do have some ideas for fixing that in the future, but for right now, that's not very fun. To not have the hot water when we need it and have to work extra to get that hot water. And the last thing is maintenance. The off-grid choices that we have made are not entirely sustainable, and they do require maintenance. So battery maintenance, the batteries have got to be checked, and distilled water has to be put in periodically. There's maintenance of the generator to make sure it's always working and functioning. What'd you say?
I said, and we don't have enough generator.
We don't have enough. Our generator's not. She's saying our generator's not powerful enough. We don't have a super powerful generator, but it works. So anyway, there's maintenance involved in living off-grid. It's not all just set it and forget it. There's things that you have to work on and make sure that things are working, because you depend on them. We depend on the systems for our livelihood, for food storage. We have a freezer, so some of these things, whether you're on grid or off grid, they require maintenance, but with the systems that we have, it is a little bit more maintenance on us. We're independent of the grid and independent of that system, and so where some people are able to just call somebody and get help with their issues, we can't. We have to do it all ourselves. Jay Bud, what do you think about living off grid?
Well, it's fun.
It's fun? You don't know any difference, huh? You have always lived off grid. You're almost 7, and you've been off grid your whole life.
My birthday is in 7 days.
Your birthday's in 7 days? Oh my goodness. Cool. Yeah, Joseph probably doesn't even know what a microwave oven is. I don't think he knows what a toaster oven is. What else? He doesn't know what a dryer is for clothes. We hang dry the clothes, so that's a clothes dryer in his mind. There are a lot of ways that our life has become more simple with living off grid, even with all the challenges. So we wouldn't have it any other way, and we're still working toward setting these systems up even better, and eventually we'd like to be even more off grid than we are. But it's a process. How are you today, Esther Pie?
Good.
Do you like living off grid? You don't remember being on grid, huh? Do you know what a microwave oven is?
Not really.
Not really. How about a toaster?
Maybe. I think so.
Do you think you'll want to live off grid when you get older and have your own place? Well, that's good. Thanks again for joining us on the homestead today. Hope you all are staying well, and we pray blessings over you and yours. Whatever you do, do it with your whole heart.
Do it with your whole heart. And whatever you do, do it with your whole heart.
I found some monkeys in the bush. Tree. What are you guys up to?
Climbing trees.
Yep.
You finding any autumn olives up there?
Yep, I found a still one that ate.
Yeah.
Here. You want these ones at the tip of that?
Yeah, this is not a super good autumn olive year. They're kind of sparse this year. Yeah, it's kind of every other year, huh? But
Yeah.
there's some. Cool. You having fun, Jay Bud?
Yep.
Who else is up there?
Esther.
There she is. You're hiding.
Where did Nathan go?
Where's Nader? Oh, Nader's down low. You guys have spent a lot of time in this autumn olive bush, huh?
Yeah.
Tree, bush, jungle.
This guy just a huge bush.
It is.
My favorite seat in the tree. But here's like my favorite seat in the tree is when I see people go by. Go by.
You like those, sweetheart?
This is